Hello Aries, thanks so much for joining me for the April of 2022 Taroscope with Animal Totem. This is vickieverlie and I want to wish all you Aries a happy birthday because many of you have a happy birthday this month of April. And also, starting on the very first day of the month, we're going to have your one and only new moon. So we had the Aries Ingress last month, which is very powerful for everybody, but especially Aries. And then we kick off the month of April with a new moon in your sign, your one and only new moon. You get one new moon and one full moon each year. So this is your one and only new moon, April 1st, April Fool's Day, which was my grandma's birthday, so it's near and dear to my heart. Before we get started, I'm just going to tell you I'm vickieverlie, the rock and roll prophetess, vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. If you like tarot and you like metaphysics and creativity and spirituality, then I invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. The decks that we're going to be using for this reading is the good old Hanson Roberts. This is the very first deck that I used to do the readings with all the time. And then we're going to do the second portion of the reading with my brand new second edition of the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. And then we're also going to pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, my own creation as well. And then if you're a Patreon level 2 subscriber, we're going to do some clarifiers, a little bit of an extended with the Tarot of the Abyss by Anna Tormain. I hope I'm saying her name right. But anyways, let's get on to the main portion of the reading. So we're going to start the reading with a Celtic cross, and then we're going to go around and find you in the spread for the second portion of the reading. This is a really big month for everybody. It's big for you because it's your birthday month, which is your solar return, which is really important. It's really important to do your manifesting and, creating on your solar return, which is your birthday, basically, because that is your solar new year and your most powerful day of the year to do your manifestation for the upcoming year. The other big thing that's happening this month is we're having your Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. Now, this hasn't happened since 1856 or somewhere around there. So it's a really big deal. It hasn't happened in the sign of Pisces, which is happening on April 12th, while the sun is still in your sign as well. But this, this Jupiter-Pisces thing, this is really, really big. This is like super creative, super conscious, super great for doing anything like spiritual work, creativity. So any manifestation work or practice that you're working on around the time of the, your birthday and the solar return, the new moon, just a few days later, or maybe even, if your birthday happens to be right around April 12th, you're going to get this big extra boost of creativity. So it's going to be super powerful for everybody. We want to collectively tune our energy up and get some good vibes going. Okay, so what's happening for our Aries friends for the month of April? This pivotal month. Got the Strength card, the Empress. I'm going to read everything upright too in these readings. They're telling you to have strength and have patience because there are things a-brewing here. There are things a-brewing here, Aries. Let me zoom in a little better so hopefully you can see a little better. So the very first card out is Strength. So it does talk about waiting or having to be patient or having strength because something's happening. Oh, the universe is putting things together for you. You're working with the universe, you're co-creating a reality, especially around this powerful new moon and your powerful solar return. There's things with money that are seeming to be, you're seeming like you've come through something here. You've come through the fire is what they're saying. And you being a fire sign, that can be really powerful. But you do have some swords energy. So it's not like things are just going to change instantly. But while you're in this powerful fiery energy and this creative mode of your solar return, this is where you can, begin to make the plans for the next phase. Co-create with the universe. You are you're finishing up some sort of karmic cycle. A karmic cycle is completing. Well, the cycle that's completing is your solar return. That's another thing that happens, But also collectively, there's a karmic cycle that is going to be under completion with this Neptune Pisces energy. And you've got the two higher force angelic things happening here. You also have the Empress. Now the Empress, I know you Aries, you want to go, do. you're charged up and everything. But the Empress is, with the Strength card and the Empress together particularly, it's more about kind of just sitting in your abundance, calling your abundance to you, bringing it back home, calling it in. There does seem to be some big changes that could be happening financially here around the time we get into the Earth sign of Taurus. Now, that will be occurring. The Sun enters Taurus on the 19th. So somewhere around the 19th, we're going to have the transition from Aries into the Earth sign. I think this was like this, of Taurus. The final outcome for this initial spread, the initial part of the spread here, we have the King of Cups, yes. And the King of Cups to me is absolute, it's the water energy, and it's absolutely representing that water sign energy of the 12th of this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in the sign of Pisces. So this is, you're creating all this stuff, you're co-creating your reality, you're seeing a brighter tomorrow, releasing all this or clearing all this, you know, sword energy. And just look at the cards. I mean, you don't even have to be a reader to look at this. You know, you've got the darker sword energy and the dark skies, and then you move into where everything's bright and the clouds are clearing, and then you have the beautiful blue skies when we get to the water energy. And then right behind that, we enter into the earth sign energy too. Okay, so I'm going to go around now. You are a fire sign, as was mentioned. Oh, this one wanted to pop out, so we're going to, yeah, it's saying you're carrying a heavy load. But here's what we're going to do. So you are fire sign energy. So you will be represented by the rods, the suit of the rods or the wands. So I'm going to continue around the circle, and whoever comes up first, whether it be the Knight of Rods, the Queen of Rods, or the King of Rods, that is going to be the card that represents you. And then we're going to look at the cards that surround you. I'm going to do that with my gorgeous new Rock and Roll Tarot deck. That's fairly new on the market here. Okay, what's the message for Aries at this powerful time for our Aries friends? So I'm not going to read every single card because sometimes it could take a very long time for your card to show up. But if you see anything that catches your eye, a word, a phrase, a color, a shape, then absolutely pay attention to that, because that is the universe, there you are, trying to show you something. So I'm going to go one more row below you, and then we're going to look at the cards that are directly around you. Notice this, that the King of Cups, I think this other light's giving us a little bit of glare. Let's try to cut that back. Yeah, much better probably. Okay, so yeah, if you notice here, we've got the King of Cups showing down here. And we've got a little glare there. And we've got the King of Cups showing up here in that final outcome. So that King of Cups energy is showing up twice. So again, it absolutely can represent the Neptune-Jupiter conjunction on the 12th. But also this could be an actual person when they show up twice like this. And in this case, well, another thing is it doesn't have to be a male energy. There's no gender in these readings. So even though it shows up as a male, it just means somebody who's more mature or has... has come a little further on their path. But look, he shows up right with the Emperor energy. And then the King of Swords too. King of Swords can be an attorney, somebody involved with some kind of a legal matter. But these King energy, this Emperor energy, these are people who are firmly established in the world or on their path in life. They have the power, you could say, maybe have the power, but you could just also say that they are, they're the elders, and they have, you're connecting with them, and it's favorable and it's positive, and it could be like some kind of karmic past life thing for a lot of you. Here you are, and you're showing up right next to the Hierophant as well. Hierophant is some kind of group or organization. This is definitely a wish come true. You also, I'm noticing you have the Four of Pentacles in here twice. You've got the Four of Pentacles here and the Four of Pentacles here. So that's another card that has shown up twice in both spreads and close to you in the same token. Four of Pentacles is known as the Miser card, but it also talks about maybe there could be an investment. You can really be building something for the long-term future with these kind of cards over here too. You may be at the beginning of it, and even though I said I wasn't going to count these cards, look at how many, you do have 3 aces all lined up in a row here. So there's definitely, and it's your solar return, and it's your new moon. So there's this new energy all over the place. But the things that you're building, especially because also in the very beginning of this spread. That one of the first cards was the Strength card. So this is building things up slowly. Ten of Pentacles is building things up slowly. Hierophant. This is building things up slowly over a long period of time. The Queen of Pentacles is also in here twice, if you notice. She's right above you. Maybe through some kind of a social contact. Some kind of a, people are starting to get out again, the restrictions are being lifted, we're able to go out and be around people again. And if you notice here too, he or she shows up as a soulmate energy too. But there's also some kind of money or business association that can spring forth from it. That can manifest in quite a few ways. You may be doing a business partnership, or maybe it's just somebody that you work with that you are friends with as well. It's going to be different for everybody. You'd have to get a private reading to delve into it in a more deeper way. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and for the final portion of this, we're going to shuffle into our animal totem card. By the way, if you're watching this in the very end of March, the Aries Ingress reading will be still available, but it's winding down. And I've introduced another special reading in addition to my regular roster, and this is going to be the Eclipse readings, which are going to be the next thing that's going to show up. Actually, I forgot to mention, there's going to be an eclipse on April 30th. I totally forgot to mention that we are going to enter eclipse season at the very end of the month. I forgot to mention that. And it's going to be a solar new moon eclipse on the 30th. Yeah, let me write that down here. I thought that was going to be in the next month. I'm doing you guys first, but there's a new moon. There's going to be 2 new moons and a new moon eclipse at Taurus. I need to make a note of that. It's 16 degrees of Taurus. Yeah, so we got a lot of energy going on. We've got your new moon. We've got a full moon. Then we're starting into eclipse season at the end of this month. So I am offering that eclipse reading as well. It looks at the new moon eclipse and then the full moon eclipse and how it would affect you directly. So you can find that out. Oh, one more thing, real quick announcement about new readings that I'm offering. This will be on the roster for the foreseeable future. The other 2 are limited time. But I have a new soulmate, karmic soulmate reading. Out of the blue, I got a bunch of, 3 different people wanting past life soul readings. 3 different groups of people. So I worked it out, and I think I found a good way to do it. It's just like the soul reading I do for the individual, but it's going to be with 2 people, and you can see like past lives you have together, what kind of karmic things you might be working on. So interesting stuff available if you want to check it out on my website. Okay, let's get this animal totem card for our Aries birthday people here. Snake energy. Snake, can be seen like snake in the grass, oh, tricky, sneaky. But snake energy also is heavily tied like to Kundalini too. And so at this time, this is a time, and with that Empress card too, that's like settling into your Kundalini energy, which is your root chakra. If you're not familiar, it's the base of your spine. It's your root chakra, and that Empress energy there, because the Empress is like the womb too, which is not exactly in the root chakra, but it's the sacral chakra. But it's this grounding into the earth, getting into this earth energy at the time of your powerful solar return and new moon. Okay. Kundalini activation, carnal knowledge, portal to awakening, primal chi energy. The new you is emerging now. Well, yeah, that's another thing that the snake will do. Snake will shed its skin every so often. So you could look at this time of your new moon, and then in your full moon as well, which usually would occur in the fall or during Libra time. Fall in the northern hemisphere anyhow. You could look at this time of your solar return as a shedding of the skin. Your shedding of the skin, the new you is emerging. I was going to say arising, but it's actually emerging. And it's uber powerful. And then it's going to be this powerful eclipse. The eclipse, it's occurring on April 30th, but it's going to really be, kicking off the energy going into May. But technically it is occurring on April 30th. So and then we've got this, back to back, your new moon, and then bam, the other thing. It's going to be super powerful. Hey everybody, my second single is out too. Thanks for everybody who checked out the first one. I'm not going to play the single this time because I played it last time and it caused all kinds of havoc with YouTube and my distributor, and it's just because it's, they're trying to accuse me of copyright infringement of my own song. So, and of course it was fine. I had to clear it up, but I had to clear it up 12 times, and it turned into kind of a big problem. So I hope that you will listen to it, everybody who give it a listen. It's new age, it's instrumental. And it's good for, it's to elevate your, you know, your consciousness. That's ultimately like the message, or the intention, I guess you could say, with the, I'm trying to pull up the cover. I forgot about you guys. I'm doing you guys first, so I'm a little bit lagging on a couple things, but you get me fresh. It can go either way. You know, you get me fresh, but sometimes I'm not quite got everything set up. And actually my album is coming out on the 12th too, but I mean, a lot of you won't be, the quickening, here it is. Here's the album, the cover for the single. It's just some, you know, cool Hubble space stuff. Of course, it looks all blue and funky on the screen. But check it out. It's you know, it's new age. It's instrumental. It's good for. I like to use it while I'm painting and doing art. That's, you know, main thing. But you could use it in meditation, gardening, anything. Instrumental. You know, people like studying. If you like to study or read, you know, you want just music in the background, whatever the case may be. I appreciate so much you guys checking everything out that I do offer. Don't forget about the readings that I have. Lots of different things, books, decks, all the stuff's available on my website. This is such a powerful time for you, Aries. Such a powerful time to really create your reality, co-create your reality with the universe. Okay, everyone, then the Tarot of the Abyss is coming up next for our Patreon peeps. If you want to find out about that, you can check it out below. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes, especially that lets the YouTube algorithm know that you enjoy my content and it can get out to more people. Have the best month ever, and we'll speak to you again soon. Bye.